You are born into a world that already has a name for you, not your name, his. Your mother is a novelist who put down her manuscript the day she found out she was pregnant. Your father is the man who is, at this exact moment, running the company that will one day deliver packages to every address on Earth. You take your first breath in Seattle in the year 2000, while Amazon is still recovering from the dot-com crash. The company is barely alive. Your father, however, has never been more certain about anything. Your name is Preston. It is also his middle name. His grandfather's middle name, his great-grandfather's middle name. You are not just a child. You are a continuation of a sentence that started 3 generations ago. By the time you can speak in full sentences, your father is worth more money than most countries will ever see. You don't know this yet. You know him as the man who has breakfast with you every morning before school. He is deliberate about mornings. He reads the newspaper. He drinks his coffee slowly. He asks about your day before it has even started. You will only understand later why he protected those hours so carefully. They were the only hours that belonged entirely to him. At age 4, your mother hands you a kitchen knife, not to scare you, to teach you. Your parents believe a resourceless child is a far greater tragedy than a child with 9 fingers. By age 7, you are using power tools, not because your parents are careless, because they are deliberate. They are trying to give you something that money cannot buy. They are trying to give you the ability to make something with your own hands in a world where you will never need to. You attend one of Seattle's best private schools. You are not the only wealthy kid there, but you are in a different category. Your classmates' parents are tech executives and surgeons. Your father owns the infrastructure those people depend on. You sense the difference before you can explain it. Teachers treat you normally, but their normalcy feels performed. You are never quite sure if you are being seen or if you are being managed. At age 10, you search his name online for the first time. You are not looking for anything in particular. You just want to see. 3 hours later, you have read about his net worth, his satellites, his rocket company, his newspaper, his homes, and 14 different theories about what kind of person he actually is. None of the articles mention breakfast. None of them mention the knife lesson. You close the laptop and go downstairs, and he is right there at the kitchen table reading, and for a moment he seems entirely unrecognizable, like a stranger wearing your father's face. Your adolescence is quiet by design. Your parents have constructed privacy around you like a wall. No social media presence, no public interviews. The 3 younger siblings have names that have never appeared in any publication. Journalists have tried and failed. When a photo of your family surfaces from a film premiere at Comic-Con in 2016, it becomes news. 4 children of the richest man on Earth, and the world didn't even know what you looked like. You think about what that means. Your father controls an empire that knows what everyone on the planet wants to buy, often before they know it themselves, and somehow he kept you invisible. That was not an accident. That was the one thing he protected more fiercely than market share. At 13, you watch your father's face on magazine covers at the airport. He is smiling in all of them. It is not the same smile he uses at breakfast. You have never thought about the fact that he must have 2 separate versions of himself, one for you, one for the rest of the world. You start to wonder which one is real, and then you wonder if that question applies to you too. The divorce arrives when you are 19. Your parents announce it with a joint statement so composed and measured it reads like a press release. They say they remain a family. They say they remain cherished friends. You believe them because it is actually true. The separation is quiet and adult and civilized. But quiet and adult and civilized still means that something ended. It just ended politely. Your mother becomes one of the most generous philanthropists in human history almost immediately. She begins giving away billions before the ink on the settlement is dry. Your father says he wants to give his away too eventually. Between the 2 of them, they will have given more to strangers than most nations spend on their own citizens. You are going to inherit more money than you will ever know what to do with from parents who are actively trying to give it all away. You are not sure how to feel about that. College comes. Princeton, the same school both your parents attended. You arrive carrying a last name that precedes every introduction, every conversation, every first impression. Professors know before you walk in. Classmates Google you in the first week. You are not unwelcome. You are somehow both invisible and completely exposed. The privacy your parents built for you doesn't survive the campus Wi-Fi. You begin to think about what comes next. The options in front of you are vast and also somehow narrow. If you go into business, every success will be attributed to the name and every failure will be amplified by it. If you go into philanthropy, people will call it guilt management. If you go into something quiet, teaching, writing, research, the headline still leads with him. There is no path forward that doesn't pass through who he is first. The cruelest part is that you can't be angry about it. He built something real. He sat at breakfast with you every morning when he could have skipped it for shareholder calls. He gave you a knife at age 4 because he wanted you to be capable. He gave you power tools at 7 because he wanted you to build things, not just own them. He made a wall around your childhood and stood inside it with you. Whatever he is to the world, you know what he was to you, and those are two completely different things. There will be a day, maybe at 30, maybe later, when someone will ask you what it was like. Growing up with that name, that shadow, that weight. And you will pause before answering. Not because you don't know, because the answer is too complicated for the question being asked. You will want to say, he was at breakfast. He was always at breakfast. But you know that's not what they're asking. They want the empire. They want the rockets and the billions and the magazine covers. They don't want the man who drank his coffee slowly and read the newspaper while you ate cereal across the table. They never do. You carry $50 billion in expected inheritance and a name that opens every door in every room on the planet. You carry a father who gave the world overnight delivery and gave you mornings. You will spend the rest of your life trying to figure out which one of those things matters more. The world already decided. You haven't.